Hello and welcome back to HoI4, and I did a little bit of a minor change. I actually gave myself Alaska back, and I actually need to... So, remove that. Why did I do that? Well, I kind of felt like, you know, we fucked up the peace deal, and the idea is that we took Alaska back from the United States, and we keep the northern areas here, and then we'll let the United States be their own little fucking thing. So, yeah, we're now the owner. And it is actually, considering the tag that is used, I think we actually gain full control over the province, which is not entirely ideal, but yeah. Also, somebody mentioned, like, hey, why don't you have that many civilian factories? Austro-Hungary could outproduce you. Well, they've got about maximum 122. We've 148, so definitely not. The Germans, however, can. The Germans have a fuck ton of factories because they took... Austro-Hungary didn't take anything. Germany took nearly everything, which makes them... well, Austro-Hungary, yeah, took Africa. Now, whoop de fucking do. We didn't take as much territory because we've mostly been installing puppet states. So, yeah. I could have had another, you know, large ton of factories here, large ton of factories here, but I decided not to. For reasons unknown to mankind. But, yeah, we have a fuck ton of states now. Which is great. If you look at the map mode, is there... Wait, I'm gonna just do something. I don't know if this is possible, really. There we go. Let's see. I think it's done with allow diplo. If that command still exists in this version. Allow diplo. There we go. Yes. So I can ask China. And we can create our own faction, and we'll call it the, so we have the Central Powers, but this would be like the Russian... I need something cool. Come on, Brian, stick with me. The Russian, what can we do? Russian, the, Confederacy of Russian Nations, the CRN. Bam, sounds modern. They will accept. Now, this has me created a faction, which now is called the CRN. So we can now quickly see which is ours. See? Very quickly. If you have a different name for me, that would be pretty cool. Okay. So, yeah, this is the state of things. We are prepping for war, which is going to take an episode to rebuild a little bit. But there is some work left to be done. I think also things considering, I want the rest of this to be civilian, because I kind of want a bit more civilian factories. I want to go up to about a couple of hundred. But after that, I think military will be ideal, because in the end of the day, we will have the manpower advantage, and for that I need the equipment. Just a quick reminder. Also, I guess we have the advantage that some of this territory that we own... Come on, why is it fucking up like that? Is of course not ours directly, and will get... They will build their own factories, which is ideal. So that saves me from doing it. I believe we've got some... We got some territory everywhere, basically, but whatever. Yeah. So, war with the Germans and the Austro-Hungarians. I am not actually producing any weapons right now, which is not good. So let's just do this and then this and start weapons production back up and running. And actually it's quite a few of you expressed the being okay with abusing this kind of stuff, and yeah. It makes me, I want to say happy might not be the right word, but it's gonna get some fun results eventually, if the game lasts as long, because we're in 1927 and 1936 is when the next researchers here show up. as well as here. We are pretty up to date. So it's some doctrine shit that we can do. And people are messaging me, so quickly have to remind them that it's Saturday and that they should fuck off because I'm recording content. Ugh, stop replying then. No nuts. Anyway, I need to transport plane eventually. Sorry, I shouldn't really mute Steam at all times, but whatever. I like how Discord is like, hey, I noticed you've opened OBS. Do you want me to mute everything? Yeah, Steam, get on it. Do it. The armor effort. Let's see. That is 34. It's a little bit too much. A little bit too much. 9029. This is doable. About 300 days, but you know, it is. I guess it goes for. Wait, do we still have? Oh, we still have some of this shit to be done. Just had a sneeze. Sorry. Oh. Might actually do that first. Yeah, definitely gotta do that first. Yeah. It does actually. I kind of don't get it. It says you lose the progress. You don't. It sticks. It reminds. It remembers what it's doing. You know what? I'm just a thought bubble that popped up. I don't mind this research system. I don't find it very interesting, but I don't mind it because it's not that interesting. I like how they're going further towards like, hey, practical experience can be used to upgrade your equipment, but it's mostly on doctrines. I would have, and they kind of have the like, hey, we no longer have variants, so you can use experience to create your own variants. I kind of don't like and dislike that system. I would love, for example, for tanks, that I could do the customization system that there is for ships. Like, do I want armored side skirts or not? I just, I'm looking for some depth that might not even be any fun at all. But I don't like exactly how Black Ice does it, because what I would like to see is like, hey, you research a Panzer III and not like a Panzer III A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, whatever. No, you make your own variants. It's kind of what it does right now. You make your own variants. Now I have some minor squabbles with the order of research, because as far as my knowledge goes, I cannot show you, but the Panzer III and the Panzer IV came into service relatively at the same time, but with different designations. The Panzer IV was supposed to be an infantry support tank, which later got converted to a tank fighting tank, which was the original role of the Panzer III, which was why that had the long-barreled 5.7 centimeters, I believe, while the Panzer IV initially had the short-barreled 75 millimeter howitzer. Some of you might have just completely glazed over, like, we don't care. I know this is not the most interesting shit to a lot of people. I find it interesting, but I kind of don't like how. I don't know exactly. I just happen to know it from German tanks a little bit better than any other country in the world. I know very little about Russian tanks, for example. Mostly about when they got released. I think this is fairly accurate. I don't think the Russians really had two different types of tanks. They had, they had the KV-1 as an infantry support tank, and they had the T-34, and as well as I believe the T-60 was like a scout tank. Wasn't really used that much, I believe, to begin with. This is fairly accurate. I believe the T-32 short stopped, and then you got a T-34 with a 57 millimeter, and then it actually got upgraded to a 75 millimeter, just on the top of my head. Yeah, I don't know all of this exactly by heart, mind you. Like I said, I have some knowledge of how this is working, but not exactly. Maintenance companies, that's good. But yeah, there is, I don't know, I'm looking for some sort of complexity which exists, but not really. I would have loved to, Like, I think that's my issue with, well, not really an issue with Hearts of Iron. I think I would have loved a little bit of depth in battle to see, like, hey, our opponent is using this kind of equipment. Like, it's, I don't know. A stupid example, which is, I think, grounded in a little bit more reality than it might be actually. If the enemy was using thick, hardened hull, a shaped heat charge would be of better, or hash or anything along those lines. I don't think hash really existed, but a partial heat round because of the spalling and all that kind of stuff would be incredibly useful to add in, right? Because that would penetrate the armor. Yeah, I'm kind of bumbling here because I'm trying to do two things at the same time. So, it was the bazooka round, I believe, in which they decided, and the sticky mines, that kind of stuff, because they outside explosives. The Germans started using, I don't know, basically sheet plates to bolt on their tank. You know, these are side skirts, that kind of crap. So that the effectiveness would worn down. This is like the kind of thing that I would like to see when I'm upgrading my T-34, for example. Instead of just saying like, look, I want to up the gun like we do now, which is in like the production, like the variant thing we do now. I don't find this very interesting. Like, oh, I want a little more armor, a little more reliability, a little more main gun, and I want to up the engine. No, I want to say like, hey, like the ship system, if I add on side skirts, this will specifically deter the explosive damage, for example, or this kind of damage, or I want to just bolt on extra armor plates, or I want to, like, in the end, you do exactly the same as this, but it gives you a little bit more of an interesting choice. Just a thought that I'm currently having, and while I'm not doing really anything right now, I think it's, well, you know, good to share. So yeah, that's kind of the thought bubble that's currently bubbling up in my brain. Yeah, you have to do something while you're raiding. Yeah, why not? I can keep this one on the. I think there's some interesting stuff, especially with the new added system of how to do Navy. While it adds on a crap ton of research, and I think they should balance it maybe a little bit better. But I kind of get it, you know, if you don't have any naval experience, you will not be really improving your ships, right? Makes kind of sense. Otherwise, you know, the experience, it's really difficult to research stuff if you don't have any practical experience. But that kind of goes into where I think it's still led off with, I kind of like and dislike the Hearts of Iron 3 system, where you had practical army experience and theoretical knowledge. Which theoretical knowledge was a set value that your nation had. Like Britain had more advantage on naval research, where Germany had a more native advantage on, I believe, I don't know this for sure, don't quote me on this, on the tank side of things, right? So that is kind of what, yeah, and these two factors together would determine how fast you would be able to research. That's something I think that would be interesting to return. Which does kind of exist with the variant system, but now the variant system is not that interesting. And I want variants for my guns, because they did change weapons a lot. Well, infantry equipment is a bit of an oddball here, because it's technically, it's your uniform, your weapon, your everything, right? It's not just, technically this it's just a weapon, but I think this is your entire equipment package. But I know for a fact that the Sten gun went through, I believe, 5 or 6 iterations during the war. Quite a few of them. You know, why can I not change that? And I don't want it to be as in-depth as, you know, the ship system, because I think that would be ridiculous. Like, oh, I want a different hairspray trigger, or I want a different magazine size. So, you know, we all put like 50 round barrels on every single gun, and we spray our way to victory. No, that's, I think, goes a little bit too far. Like, I'm still trading with fucking Germany, because that's definitely a good idea. Definitely a good idea. Yeah, we could get these iron mines if we had, I don't know, excavation and stuff. Okay, we have like a couple of researchers flared up, finished up. Bloop, 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 bloop. There we go. Oh, that was naval research? Yeah, okay. Submarine surface detection. Yeah, this is purely submarine stuff, and we have not a single submarine, so... oh, that's not too bad, 210 days. So, basically, when... I believe we can link up these two to ensure that we can do double research here. Right. So, yeah, that's basically the thought bubble I've been having for the past few minutes. Just literally started the moment I thought about it. Just started recording the video, so yeah. How much of a fleet do you have? Not really. So I could just say, like, hey, patrol the German coasts. And we'll allow this one back in. And we'll take that one out as well. Come on, can I? Thank you. Okay, they're also set up here, which is why they go wrong. Okay, there we go. No longer need to care much about there, and then we get to get the strike force as well in. I need to put them on strike forcing. Just the entire area here, and if I would just set you up like this as well. That requires a port. I think for you, St. Petersburg or Leningrad. It is called Leningrad, but at the time it's called St. Petersburg, I guess. And why don't we put you in here? There we go. And in the meantime, I will upgrade the naval base. Is it Riga? Yeah. And my clicking is not really responding that well. Alright, so... why don't we keep this at top? We got another tank, I guess. Yep. Haven't I set you guys up yet? No, I've still got you around here. Okay. Alright, let's see. I guess we'll put one at the German border and one at the Austro-Hungarian border. That might make sense, I guess. Infantry expert is not really going to help me, is it now? And I want you to get a terrain thing, so you get the improv expert, which is great. Right, another tank. If I would... No, I'll let them just finish up. Once these two are deployed, I can actually directly assign them to... Come on, select me the tank. There we go. When will you be done? According to my info, you'll be done in a couple of days. Okay. Cool. Right, yeah, I think we're pretty much ready to war. All things considered, yeah, the enemy has more forces. I think we are fairly equal in strength to the Germans, but the Austro-Hungarians are stronger. But, like I said before, we have something they don't have, which is a metric butt ton of allies. And we still have troops in nations. Is Portugal considered one of ours? Oh, it is part of the CRN, so yeah. I think most of... What are you doing? Alright, I think it's a good thing that we could say, like, hey, hold. Why don't we, all of you, just go to Leningrad right now? And we're gonna hold you as well. Both of you, just get your ships into the right places, and then we'll see how it goes. Alright, we'll have a large navy. Alright, we got that last tank, and then we can tell all of you to just fucking assign yourself here without me having to worry about anything. Right, now, I love how the American fleet and the Portuguese fleet is actually set up around the Mediterranean. That's great. They know we're gonna go to war with them. Yep, you get it to 28. Keep the one producing. There we go. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. We're looking at equipment. We're a couple of fighters short. couple more than I would like. Let's get it to 30, get you up to 10, get you up to 10. I don't think I need actually that many seaplanes, so let's keep you at 5. Do we have a single carrier yet? Don't need this. It's not the window where I can see that. Yes, I do have the first carrier. He is detached in the Black Sea. Right, that means that my heavy cruiser fleet goes up to there. What are you? Light cruisers and destroyers. 218. That seems like a fairly perfect amount. What I'm gonna do though is the following. I'm gonna save this template as a patrol. Save. Okay. I'm gonna select all of them. Can I do it at the same time? And I'll just tell them like, hey, you have now a template. Automatic supply from template. No, I can't set them all on the same template. Okay, so patrol template. Okay. Yeah, no, okay. Right. Patrol. Okay. Okay. Patrol. Okay. Go. Patrol. Okay. Go. I don't know why what this destroyer is, but whatever. Patrol. Okay. You can go. There we go. This is so annoying. I wish I could just do this for all of them at the same time. Patrol. Okay. And here we go. And then this will automatically ask for new ships. But there are part of destroyers in here that are not suited for the task and what they're meant for. Also, you're a couple of weird ones in here. That means I just want another light cruiser and another light cruiser. You're gonna become a patrol task force. And you're gonna also be a patrol task force, and then both of you can go into this army, and you should, yeah, you maintain your good graces, good. And you have no skill. Good. Okay. But they can pull from this, and then I'm gonna probably figure out a way to. Yeah. So these destroyers are all variants that we don't use at all. So what I'm gonna do is to just delete all of them. Seems a bit silly to have ships that I don't use. Don't you agree? And we'll take the submarines away as well. And I'll take a look at the other Navy-related shite. Okay, so I need to wait for one more to finish. I've got another one finished up in 10 days, so I need something temporarily. So I'll just get this one in another 5 days, and then, you know... It's a silly exploit, but it works. And we're gonna go here, and then we'll tell this. We're like, oh no, you're overriding. I'm so sorry. I wasn't planning on doing that at all. And there we go, both of them are here. Which gives us nighttime strategic bombing, penalty minus, and just with 30% strategic bombing. Did I tell you that I am planning on doing a tiny bit of bombing? That reminds me, where the heck is my bombing fleet? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, you can go here. There's a couple of target areas that I want to bomb, and I actually think it might have been a bad idea. I did not build all of these. Yeah, I built them on level 2. I think I'm gonna just start the invasion with some air. I think that might be good. Submarine effort or cruiser effort? Cruisers, mate. Alright, okay, so... Let's see, all of you are here. Good. So, if I put you on patrol duty, this should provide itself with enough sea, I guess, to... Huh, you can't get out of here? No, you can, but why is this? We know a little about this region. You can't reach it? Is that what's going on? I have 10 zones assigned, but apparently they don't want to go out there. That's annoying. It's 1, 2, 3. So that means that if I put And the rest of you, if I would assign you to, I don't know, here. Would you be capable of reaching the remaining areas? Because that would be rather grand, to be honest. Yeah, but you can't leave because I actually got this C-zone denied. Allow access. And they're currently moving. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but I really wish I had one of these islands here. But that navy is not performing, which is a problem. Let's see. Get the final one here. And you can go and get this research. Right. But yeah, my navy ain't performing, which is bad. Oh, I only have 3 sea zones assigned now. Okay. You should be on patrol duties. There you go. 7 and 3. Does that work? Seems that they're choosing different methods, but I don't think I need this one, and I'd rather have this one in here. As well as this one is not that necessary, so... There you go. I should be able to figure this one out, I think. All of you on patrol, there you go. Oh, we need to... Why is this not working? To repair, do you want to abort the tasks? How can you be damaged? Damaged by scouting, I guess? So, some of these areas do not get anything assigned. I don't know why this is not working. These ships should be more than capable of... Oh, wait, this is because some of these are very crappy destroyers, which kind of ruin it. That might actually be the case. Okay, so... Is that true, if I would look at it? Destroyers... No, let's look... Oh, yeah, there are a couple of them in here that are very shitty. Alright, let's get rid of these level 1 and these torpedo boats. Destroy them. Wish I could do this easily for the Navy, because now it no longer shows every ship, it just shows task force. This is annoying. Right, everything from torpedo boats and level 1 destroyers should be gone. There we go. Reminds me, probably should do that first in this one. No, these are all good destroyers, and this is a heavy cruiser. Good. I will continue this, I guess, between episodes, because this is just me organizing some of the older fleet remnants. Currently, they are problematic. I think I'm just deleting entire fleets, am I not? Delete task force. Yeah, I am an idiot. Okay, whoops, I guess. This should go to a separate thing and then delete it. Alright, I'm gonna do this off screen because this is gonna be taking a lot of time and a lot of failing on my part, I guess. 2 destroyers seems good because we're not having light cruisers replaced, we're just having destroyers replaced, so that's fine. I think our naval production is getting better, so that's good. Also, I don't think we have any longer any modifier, which slows it down. We've actually got a positive modifier here, which is pretty great. How are we looking on the war? Still got some tanks to be deployed. I think we are ready soon-ish, except for the fact that I still need a crap ton of fighters. Why the hell not? Why don't we get this early? Yeah, well, this is not ideal. We're not producing as fast as I would like, because I cannot go to a total mobilization yet. I could go to a tiny war, which still doesn't allow me total mobilization, now that I think of it. Alright, we're at 29 minutes, so I think I'm gonna just call it here. I'm gonna organize my fleet, not fuck up, and when we're back, that will be all done. So with that, thank you guys for watching, see you guys next one, have a very good day, bye bye.